I get a cold start here, hey? Okay.
Right down in there, and I'll kind of got it.
Squirt. Steady. Going on today is we're fiddling around with the old Ford F600. Well, it's a gasser, so you know there's old gas in it. Did you put any new gas in it? No. It's been sitting for a while. It hasn't been started in a long time. Well, I couldn't even tell you how long. But we're going to get her going. He took out the battery and took our new battery that we picked up, borrowing that for the job. And got some starting fluid, cleaned up the spark plugs, things like that, checking on the ground. He said it had a bad ground on it, so we are, did you put that in already or not?
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Well, we happen to have some cables around from an old toggle switch that somebody had hooked up. Found it up in the shop when I was cleaning up in the loft a couple weeks ago, so saved us some money there. Didn't have to run back out. And, spark plugs. Our local guy, for years, they'll be $3 a piece. And then there's a rebate, so they end up costing it like $1.99 a piece. It's well worth taking the time to do spark plugs if you need them. So it may need spark plug wires eventually, or we're kind of checking on things. He doesn't know if he's getting spark or not. I just shot a little ether in there, starting fluid. It's winter time. It's maybe 34, 36 degrees today for a high. I don't know if it quite has been hanging out there. It feels a bit colder now. But it's an old truck. This is a straight fix. Is that right? Yep. And they're just fun to fiddle with. So we had a little time today. We thought it's sitting over on the lane. Let's pull it out. Let's fiddle with it. Let's get her running again.
It got me.
You hear that? He says it's got spark.
But it didn't go where it's supposed to go.
So is that because of the ground?
Spark plug wire is so bad.
Okay. Well, we got the Dodge running. You always go to town to get more spark plugs, right? Or more spark plug wires. I'll show you this pretty engine cavity here. Well, she's not pretty beautiful, but she's pretty. As far as old stuff goes, we love this stuff. I love these old emblems. Someone I saw recently on some for sale site, I don't know if it was Craigslist or the Facebook Marketplace, but they had a Ford tractor grill, and I just thought that was so neat. I'd love to have some like steampunk things hanging up. So that's that. A good diamond battery. Swapped it out of that tractor. He pulled it up off of the lane so he doesn't have to work out there away from the tools and fiddle around with it. And did you notice when I pulled away here, he pulled this up. He wants to start working on the Oliver crawler. So fun stuff going on. A little extra time with the cold weather. You know, why not make good use of some time? There's nothing good on TV. YouTube is our TV. Lots of fun things to watch, lots of interesting things to learn. We like to watch old historical stuff. I think everybody in farming wants to see what's going on other people's farms. And in the wintertime, YouTube families are just inviting you onto their farm to come and see what's going on. So it's a nice little thing to do. I just noticed this. Look at that. There's a crimp in every one of these little layers here. That's beautiful. Oh, it's locked. The tire paint's holding up well. It did real good. the bumper paint seemed to have faded quite a bit since I did that, but it's just farm paint, nothing real great, but it looks a lot better than rusty metal. You can see, you know, the cab's got a little work that could be done up on it, but you know, the intention was to make it into a truck bed, and the young man over there that was just talking was telling us that Grandpa says he's got a truck bed for it. So we just kind of put it on hold. And I kind of got to thinking about things and thought, well, you know, really don't have time for keeping these things running. I don't know how to run them, and maybe it would just be easier to pick something up and have something a little more usable for the family. You know, 3 or 4 of us can fit in there for going back to the woods, but I want to get stuck. I don't have 4-wheel drive, things like that. I just don't even know what all the buttons and clutches and levers and pedals are for. So, well, I kind of thought maybe we should get rid of it. So, kind of talking him into it. But either way, you don't want to sell something. I sold that other Ford pickup that we had. I think that was a 150 as a non-running, you know, thing, and the guy was gonna street rod or rat rod project it, but something like this, well, I think it'd just be a little nicer to have it going anyway. Make it so it doesn't necessarily have to be trailered out. It's got new muffler on it, new brakes. So when it had the grain bed on it, it took probably its last load in 2013, and it's just been kind of a fun little thing that, well, other fun things happen and whatnot. I think we've had 2 babies since this got here, so the family got bigger. The boys love all these little projects, but guess what? Mom and Dad are out here working on it, and the little boys are doing other things. That's more their speed of project. I feel like industrial things. What's that?
Oil.
Oh.
That's rotted right through, and it still blasted me.
Maybe that's why it blasted.
Well, the wires are really terrible. The coil wire coming out of the coil is terrible. We just folded that over.
Mm-hmm.
It's all rusted.
Oh, yeah.
It's all in really, really bad shape. So, this, just by moving this a little bit, this wire just snapped right off of this.
Oh.
So, it's all bad.
So can you get this stuff local, or do you think you're going to have to order it in?
No, it's all just normal stuff.
Okay.
Just a coil. Probably, but I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the battery.
Now, is the coil all mechanical?
Yeah. Distributor, battery.
Okay.
So I'm very surprised it was making spark, but it was. It got me just as good as, but whether or not the spark plugs were total junk.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, maybe the local guy's got some. You can always... Should have planned our trip a little later. Yeah, but they give me the wrong stuff, and then I don't know. I've been having a problem lately that he'll send me or his dad to go get something. We get back and it's wrong, and you know, like I said before with the Dodge stuff, I'm not mechanically inclined to look at something and you know what it is or if it's right or wrong. But this is the interior, the old Ford. There's a old video a couple years ago. If you look up Ford F600 Mommy Milestones, we've got 2 videos. One where I was painting the wheels, and another video where I was just kind of giving you a walk around, showing all about it. But it was real good. It looks like I had a little trouble getting this window up last time, like it slipped, and I didn't want to take it all apart. A lot of panels and screws, and somebody at some point had done something with it, There's a swapped out screw there, so I just figured best not to fiddle with it and screw something up, but I think it would just be beautiful as a project truck to have somebody redo it. And this headliner's all gone. This is just cardboard liner material. But, I mean, shifting the 2-speed axle, high-low, I mean, he could teach me. I'd rather hop in something and go. Does the horn work? No. Well, nothing there. What about the lights? Did you check the lights? Woo! That is a high truck. Needs a step rail. But, I mean, they're tall tires, too. I don't remember what size they were. 8/25/20. I've got 16s on the Suburban, and I've got step rails, so I'm just used to having a step. But that's the old truck. We're gonna fiddle around some more. I think I need to get off my phone, see what I can do. Oh yeah, there's the wiring's just not connected even here for these add-on lights. So there's that. I mean, you know, little fiddling stuff. We'll get to work. Take the grinder to it.
No, I just took the bracket off of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This was working, but it might be sending power all over the place. We might want to go ahead and get one of them.
Okay. I think we might. It's not worth getting zapped again, is it?
Oh, I just can't believe it worked.
I was picking on him because he got a shock from his grinder, and well, he didn't want to use it, but he didn't want me to go buy him another grinder at Christmas time either. So we kept kind of putting it off. He wiggled the wires around and checked on it, and no trouble now. It's not shocking him, right? I was kind of hoping he'd get a shock so I could get it on camera.
Yeah, I know you were. I saw you laughing with the camera on in the background.
Yeah. Drama and excitement for our YouTube subscribers.
Alright, let me call.
Well, we're all back at it, fixing up the truck. Nobody had the parts we needed. Some of them didn't even have it in their system, which is just incredible because a lot of people are working on old things these days. So one parts place was supposed to get almost everything except the coil. They got half the parts in, so I had to run around. Eventually, I got everything we needed. Some of them said their parts were coming in later today. They didn't get them on the truck or whatever, and kind of didn't want to run back out or wait until the afternoon. So we've got spark plugs, which, like I said before, they want to give you the wrong part. The lady at AutoZone gave me the wrong spark plug. I said, this doesn't look right. Let me call him. And I took a spark plug with me just in case. And I told him, I said, it's too tall. The rest of it, the threading part looked right. Oh, she says, let me pull back up in my system. They act like you just got all day long to go back and forth for the wrong parts and try to get the right ones. And we're not like that. They give us the wrong part once and we quit them. There's so many different options for parts. We've been having trouble with some things coming from eBay where they say it'll fit something and it shows up and it doesn't because they don't know what else it fits or that there might be differences. So anyways, we got the spark plugs, we got the wires. Spark plug wires came with a wire that goes to the condenser also, so keep that in mind if you're having to get parts.
Coil.
Oh yes, to the coil, not condenser. And what else?
We did plugs, wires, and coil. And then I filed the points. They looked real good. Rotor was good. Cap was good. So I might get away with this.
Just standing here, it's colder. It's sunny out today, but it's cold. So if you've noticed, under the hood here, I was going to show you something and point it out. Old timers do things like this. He does the same thing on his tractors. This was already here. I don't think he did that. But look what he did. Mr. Racer will take that off. Always leaving himself little notes like that. So everything's on it, and he's ready to try to give it a shot. We're going to give it a boost with the ether. It's so, what is it, 30 today? Man, it's cold in my hands. So, long steady shot again. Tell me when, Brock. So, some backstory on the truck is, this was a Leonard Refinery fuel truck. They were out of Alma, Michigan, which is pretty far north of us, but they, you said it was before Marathon?
Before. They sold out to Total,
Oh.
and then Total sold to Marathon, and Marathon shut it down.
So they sold out to Total, and Total Fuel sold out to Marathon, and then they shut it down. He had recognized the truck colors because this is what they had selling Leonard in 1962, which was well before our time. Anyways, you get into this stuff in your history of your, local area, you kind of start to learn things about a field that you're in or something that kind of affects you. So the Alma Refinery was a huge deal, and they got shut down, quite a few years ago. My grandparents lived up by Alma, and I remember driving by that refinery all the time. You'd smell the burn off, and they'd have flames everywhere, and oil derricks out in the middle of fields. This is just a strange thing, for Michigan. Now that whole area is populated with windmills for wind turbine, doing power and energy that way. But he saw this at a farm out on a tree row, edge of a field, knew about it, and he just kind of thought that it'd be a great little farm truck to have around here. I kind of vetoed the decision. Said, you can get what you want. I don't tell him no. He doesn't tell me no that I can't have something. We're kind of, very friendly with each other that way. Good to be buddies. So we have interest in each other's interests. That's good. But after a while, it's like, well, we haven't done with it what we wanted to do with it. Maybe it's better to let it move along to somebody else. So we did decide we're going to get rid of it, but we want to get rid of it in running condition. So, for someone to be able to come and get it, it'd be nice for them to have taillights for it to take it down the road. So the boys borrowed the wire strippers. We were talking about that. So it's a real crappy pair of wire strippers. I got other good pairs around, can't find them. So I'm going to patch up the taillight for him. Somebody just put some aftermarket taillights on, and, we don't want to have trouble with somebody, nitpicking about this or that. Just be good to get it kind of going and see what somebody else do. And maybe it'll show up on YouTube again in the future in a new life. He said that's how his coat gets ripped up. You're going to have to get him his zipper sewn on. It came in the mail the other day. Lots of repairs. What you got there? And this came with the spark plugs?
Yeah, that's new. That was the 7th one that we were checking for.
Okay, yeah. So let's see where, see that. That is all that was left. It's strand.
The wire over, shoved her in, let her
There's the one solid wire, and then there's about 4 strands from strand wire on the other end. You just bend it over and shove it on. He knows about it. You know what I mean. Alright, so that's all on there. Feel better. Ready to try? Alright.
Starter kept running. That might be a little problem. But I don't think the starter quit running. Did you finally turn the key off? Or did it stall out? The starter finally quit running, but it ran for quite a while.
It's real. Let's try it with my well off.
It's very. I oiled it, but okay. I damaged that heater hose, and now it's dripping coolant on the little Ford starter box. Let me fix that first. But it's gonna run. I kind of shouldn't have done that. So now it's pumping coolant right out the blade.
What about some of that hose repair tape? No.
I'm gonna
Too much pressure.
unhook this one.
Yeah.
Put a bolt in it, and just keep it from coming that direction at all.
Okay.
And we stuck guilty holes, and it didn't happen anyway. So
He set the battery on top of that hose there, and it's dripping right down on here. I think it's the starter relay. So it's kind of interfering. It's wanting to keep running. Well, it's getting the lubrication anyway. But look at how nice that looks on there now. Real looking good. You get it. You're getting it. I'm going around cleaning up the back. I've had some leaves and a little bit of work to do. No reason to have that all on there. You know. She's gonna go. She should look a little pretty. Put her makeup on. Get dressed for work. He's got it turned over and started a couple of times now. I wasn't pulling the choke out on it, and his condenser and his points were off, so the condenser was bad, and he just took one off a tractor. So it's getting all cleaned out. Look at that. It didn't backfire or anything. That's good. It runs real smooth.
really hard to work.
Okay. Well, I took the air hose out here. I love our new air hose on a reel. I showed it. I got it for him at Christmas. You just pull it out, reel it back in, and then I remembered another job that needed to be done right when I got it reeled in. No big deal. You don't have to deal with a tangled up cord that's curling the wrong way. The broom would not get in there. So I just opened it up, blew it all out. Much success! All right! Maybe I'll get him to take me for a ride. Yeah?
tractor for free that I knew was good, it needed. I had to file the points, and whoever tried to get it running last and couldn't had the points too close.
Yeah.
So I filed them and adjusted them, didn't even put new points in it. And then it caught its own fuel.
Yeah.
So.
Well, super. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that thumbs up for us. We got it going. I'm super proud of him. He's just the best mechanic. He fiddles around with this stuff. He sticks with it when nobody else will. He's done this stuff his whole life, and he knows how to get things running. So that's a cold start for you on a 1960 F600. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.